Okay, let's talk about gut health. It is a massive buzzword, right? You see it everywhere, on food labels, all over social media. But what does it actually mean? Well, it's been surprisingly confusing for a long time, but today we're going to get some real answers.
And that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? For years, this term has been thrown around so much that its meaning just got blurry. But here's the wild part. Until very recently, even the scientists studying it didn't have one single agreed-upon answer.
So, if you've been confused, you are definitely not alone. For years, gut health was used so broadly in science and in marketing that it just became this vague catch-all for pretty much anything to do with digestion. And that created a huge problem, not just for researchers and doctors, but for all of us trying to figure out what's actually going on.
So in this explainer, we are going to cut right through that confusion. We'll start with why the term got so popular in the first place, then reveal the first ever official scientific definition. After that, we'll break down the 6 key parts of a healthy gut, give you a practical toolkit, and finish up with a whole new way to think about your health.
All right, first up, let's tackle the buzz itself and all the noise that came with it.
I mean, the term just exploded. It started showing up in tens of thousands of scientific papers. But without a shared definition, one study might be looking at the microbiome, while another's focused on constipation, and a third is all about inflammation, and they're all calling it gut health. You can see how that would make it almost impossible to compare results or give people clear advice.
But the good news is that has finally changed. A global panel of experts stepped in to create what you could call a gold standard.
So, who are these experts? Well, a group called ISAPP. That's the International Scientific Association for Probiotics and Prebiotics, brought together 13 of the world's absolute top scientists in things like gastroenterology, microbiology, and nutrition. Their one mission? To finally create a single, unified definition that everyone, everywhere, could use.
And here it is, the official definition. Gut health is a state of normal gastrointestinal function without active gastrointestinal disease and gut-related symptoms that affect quality of life. So let's break that down. It's really 3 key parts. 1, your gut is working the way it's supposed to. 2, you don't have an active disease like Crohn's or colitis. And 3, and this is so important, you don't have symptoms that mess with your ability to live your life.
So, that definition mentions normal function, but what does that actually look like? Well, the panel broke it down into 6 key areas, and they all work together like a team.
Now this is a real game changer. For so long, the conversation was all about the microbiome. But what these experts are saying is that the microbiome is just one player on a much bigger team. Real gut health happens when all 6 of these areas are working together in harmony.
Let's quickly walk through these 6, because this is really the heart of it. First, digestion and absorption. This is the obvious one, right? It's your body's ability to break down food and actually pull out all the good stuff. Second, the famous gut microbiome. Think of it like a beautiful, thriving garden inside you. You feed it well with fiber, and all the helpful microbes flourish. Third is the gut barrier. This is like a super intelligent security gate. It lets nutrients in, but keeps toxins and other bad stuff out. Next up, the immune system. A huge chunk of your immune system actually lives in your gut. It's your 24/7 defense force, figuring out what's a friend and what's a foe. Fifth, we have endocrine function. This is all about hormones. Your gut literally produces hormones that send messages all over your body, controlling hunger, fullness, even your blood sugar. And finally, number 6, the gut-brain axis. This is a two-way communication superhighway. Your gut sends signals to your brain that can affect your mood, and your brain, especially when you're stressed, sends signals right back that can impact your digestion. All 6 have to be in sync.
Okay, so now that we have this amazing new framework, what can we actually do with it? This is where your gut health toolkit comes in.
And honestly, this might be the most important shift of all. This new definition helps us move away from chasing some perfect score on a lab test. Instead, it puts your personal lived experience right at the center of the conversation. It's less about a perfect microbiome and way more about how you feel and function in your day-to-day life.
So here are 3 practical ways to use this. First, audit the domains. If you're feeling bloated or just off, don't just blame your microbiome. Ask yourself, could it be my digestion? Maybe I ate too fast. Or is it my gut-brain axis? Maybe I'm super stressed this week. This framework gives you more places to look for answers. Second, track your quality of life. This is the key metric now. Don't just note your symptoms, note their impact. Did your bloating make you cancel dinner with friends? Did it keep you up at night? That's the stuff that matters. And third, communicate with precision. This is so powerful for talking to your doctor. Instead of just saying, my stomach hurts, you can say, I've been under a lot of stress and I think it's affecting my gut-brain axis because I'm getting cramping. See how much more productive that conversation can be?
And all of this leads us to a fundamentally different, and I think better, way to think about what it means to be healthy.
This quote just nails it. It's not the symptom itself, but its impact. A little bloating after a huge holiday meal, that's one thing. Bloating that constantly makes you cancel plans and feel self-conscious, that is a whole different ballgame. The impact on your quality of life is the real measure here.
And that's really the ultimate takeaway. An occasional gut symptom is just a normal part of being human. But when those symptoms become persistent, when they start shrinking your world, making you think twice about what you eat, where you go, or who you see, that's the line. That's when it's not just a symptom anymore. It's a true gut health issue. Your personal experience is what matters most.
And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. In our world of data and tracking every possible metric, what if this new way of looking at gut health is pointing to a bigger truth? What if the best, most accurate measure of your health isn't some number on a screen, but simply your freedom and your ability to fully live your life?